In a world covered by endless water, people are forced to eke out a living on the small patches of land that remain above the sea. The people of this world rely on ancient technology driven by quantum refractors, a powerful energy source. These refractors lie in ancient ruins underground and in the sea, and are sought out by explorers called diggers. These brave explorers are the sole source of refractor energy, which has become a cornerstone of the emerging civilization. Originally, this was the diggers' only purpose, to find refractors so that civilization might endure. However, over the years, the story of a fabulous treasure, the legendary Mother Lode, began to be whispered among the diggers. The Mother Lode, a treasure so great that if it were discovered, it would provide so much power that the world never need fear running out of energy. Seeking this Mother Lode, diggers travel from one island to another in their flying machines, ever hoping that they'll find what they seek just over the horizon. Hope, despair, charity, greed, duty, power. Who can say what truly motivates the diggers?
Well, I'm never going to be able to top that storybook-like opening. By that I mean, he sounds like an overdramatic narrator just reading to children. It's kind of endearing. But anyway, this is Slider, for whatever that's worth. And this is MegaMan 64. By that I mean it's barely a Mega Man game at all. Well, it kind of is. You'll see. Anyway, this is actually an N64 game, obviously, and it's a port of the PS1 game, Mega Man Legends, which was released a few years prior. Funny coincidence is, and I didn't realize this until later, that this game came out right around the time of Paper Mario. How about we start the game?
Here we go! Mega Man? Mega Man! Mega Man! Can you hear me?
Just barely. The transmission isn't too clear.
I got worried because the transmission got cut off suddenly.
I'm okay. I think this is the last door. Whoa! It's still active! The reactor's still running!
Great! What about the refractor?
It's here! It's a big one, too!
All right, now maybe we can finally get some money. Be careful.
Phew.
Don't count your chickens yet. I'm picking something up on my screen. Looks like a reaver bot. You'd better get out of there. Come on.
Right. If you see anything, let me know. Here we go!
Okay, now here's the game proper of that, beyond that little exciting cutscene. And for the time, it's a pretty cool cutscene. There's a lot of cool cutscenes in this game. Go more into that in, like, maybe not even until, like, part 2. But for now, let's walk around. First thing, let's start with some, I guess, bad news. I'm going to compare this game to Ocarina of Time, inevitably. But unlike Ocarina of Time, movement is not as smooth. When you just move left and right, normally you'll just turn the camera instead of moving. You have to do some weird stuff with like strafing with certain buttons
Wait a
instead.
second. There should be a Reaver bot around there somewhere. Can you see it? It looks like a small one. You should be able to take it down with your buster gun.
We can press the B button to fire, and we can press Z and R to target. So lock on. So yeah. So we're in a dungeon and we're locking on to attack these enemies. So yeah, first comparison obviously is Ocarina of Time, in fact. Though MegaMan Legends technically came out before Ocarina of Time. So that makes this game pretty cool and ahead of its time in a way. Which also explains why the controls are not quite as smooth. Though you get used to them, or at least I had.
Right there.
We're gonna ignore Roll's orders and just attack more of these little Reaver bots. They're the most common enemies. They're just normal robots. You shoot them a few times, they're dead. And they drop some money, which are in the form of these little crystals called Zenny. This is our first little intro dungeon, as you can tell.
Can you see a door nearby?
Yes, but once again, we're gonna ignore it. Fight more of these guys. Now, if you're looking in the general direction of the closest robot, and you're close enough to it, your shots will lock onto it, so you don't have to be too specific. But actually,
Where are you going, MegaMan? That's not the right way. I don't like the way that looks. Maybe you'd better head back.
no thank you, Roll. But yeah, pressing Z and R, like, does a more, I guess, better lock on. It gives you more focus to see the enemy. But it also doesn't help with the movement. Now we're gonna
Careful,
go on that
MegaMan.
switch.
It looks like they've got you surrounded.
Unfortunately, got us stuck in a room with some worm robots. I'm not gonna care much about the names of enemies, honestly. Maybe bosses, but that's about it. Now, in theory, these guys should be a little more dangerous, but
MegaMan, are you alright?
yeah, I'm fine, because those robots just kind of move around randomly. They rarely actually try to attack. They're very weak, as you can tell. So that trap is not a big deal, even if you ignore Roll's orders. And you can press C up to see the map, like there. Frequently in dungeons, the map is divided.
Do you see a door? That should be the way out. It's not far from your current position.
Yeah, obviously it's right in front of us. Now if you press C down, you can enter doors. And we just did.
Watch out, there's something right in front of you.
Roll's doing a bit much for the intro stage. And this is like my second or third time going through it just to record this. For several reasons. So I'm a bit too used to her instructions. But it's not as bad as like some games. And she stops being so tutorial heavy after this first dungeon. Last I remember anyway. Anyway, you have to fill in the room if you want to actually get the full room on your map. So I fill it in, even though it's pointless. It doesn't actually do anything. If I press map again, which I probably will at some point, when you, as you can tell, like, there was a short cinematic when going through those doors, and that's how, obviously for load times, I guess, but also it divides the map. So if they check the map, it'll only show this area, instead of the previous
A
areas.
platform? Try jumping up on it. Grab the ledge if you have to.
And this is one big advantage, I guess, it has above Zelda. You can actually jump by yourself instead of awkwardly rushing toward the end of a cliff and hoping you can jump. But no, you can just have a jump button, and you can grab ledges and everything. To be fair, the Zelda one's fine, but that's cool too, jumping.
Hold it, don't move. Looks like it didn't see you. It looked like a Reaver bot. We were lucky.
Well, technically it looked like several, and they just ran by. Weird thing, you don't You don't see another one of those type of Reaver bots for the rest of this dungeon, so I don't know where they go. Anyway, in this room, you have this giant cube thing. You can try to jump on it, I guess. You can't. You're supposed to destroy it. And I kind of like looking through the walls. And I did that to make sure that there was nothing on the other side. So if I destroyed this block, it wouldn't be a big deal. Actually, I did that the first time. I just showed it again on this recording for some reason. This explains the quantum refractors. These crystals here are the currency. You want to get them as quickly as possible. And the orange cubes refill health. Larger ones have better stuff for health and money. Unfortunately, they disappear really quickly. So again, with the controls like as they are, it can be a little tough to get all the money. Let's walk through the dungeon. Here's something kind of annoying.
What is it, MegaMan? I'm picking up strong energy readings. Is it some kind of barrier? Is there a switch for the barrier anywhere close by? Don't give up. It's gotta be around somewhere.
Okay, so as explained, we have this sort of weird barrier in front of us. It's very weird looking. So we can't go that way right now. Instead, I suppose we're going to be heading this way. Only other way we can go.
MegaMan, I'm picking up a Reaver bot. He's above you. Watch out.
Once again, as the instructions say, this is where the lock-on is really useful. To get enemies that are above you. They're kind of... This one would be much more out of our reach than usual. So this is a good way to lock onto them so we can attack them. This weird spider crawling thing. Destroyed it. And yes, I'm gonna love running to the corners of rooms just to fill out the map. For no reason, I just do it. Completionist's sake.
Do you see any odd-looking panels or equipment nearby?
Yes, I do.
I'm getting a faint energy reading.
So there's another barrier in front of us. So let's shoot this one here. Shoot this weird thing. Now, last time there was a thing at some point that showed up that I could kick this thing, but it never showed up. So instead, I'll just explain. You need to press, I believe, either C left or C right. You can do a kick. Doesn't do much, but it could be useful, I guess. And we press C down if you want to open a chest. This one has a power razor. What will explain this time? This one's a buster part. Now, buster parts, they basically add to your buster gun, which is your main weapon. You can increase a number of stats. We have normal items, special items. We just have that crystal, but we can't do anything with that. And we have buster parts. Now we have 4 stats: attack, energy, range, and rapid. Attack is attack, energy. I believe... I'll have to maybe annotate or explain later what energy does. I think I know, but I want to double check before I do. Rapid just makes the shots go quicker, and range just makes them go farther.
MegaMan, I'm showing a large blip in front of you. It's probably a Reaver bot. Be careful. Huh? MegaMan, can you hear me? I'm losing you. The transmission's breaking.
Wolf? Are you alright? Can you hear me?
Uh-oh. I think we've lost roll. That can't be good. Something dangerous might be on the other side of this door, so we'll save that for next time on Mega Man 64.